So the First Amendment, protecting freedom of speech, is definitely a centerpiece of our democracy. But when does freedom of speech go too far, and who gets to decide that? Tonight, we bring you the story of Two Live Crew, the Miami group whose lyrics led to arrests in pivotal court cases when it comes to hip-hop. But with the Young Thug trial currently underway over what he says in his songs, just how far has the fight for freedom truly come for some? Victor Oquendo is in Miami with the latest installment of our series, Hip Hop at 50.
1980s Miami. Beaches, glow, and bass. Two Live Crew, with their unique sound and explicit lyrics, would not only change music in Miami, but the country, becoming one of the most controversial hip-hop groups in history.
There was nothing rap about Miami at the time. There was dance music, party music, Caribbean music, things like that, but there were no rappers in the marketplace at that time.
We were really just doing music for Miami, not knowing that it would catch on throughout the country.
It caught on. Two Live Crew sold over 3 million albums during their time as a group. The main lineup included Uncle Luke, Mr. Mix, Brother Marquis, and the late Fresh Kid Ice. But the lyrics, album covers, and performances brought both fame and legal troubles. Outrage followed the release of their 1989 album, As Nasty As They Wanna Be, with a cover showing the male group members standing under women whose assets were front and center. One of the most popular songs, multiple counties in Florida tried to ban their album from being sold after a federal judge ruled it to be obscene. Record store owners were even arrested for selling the album.
Did you expect that kind of response?
No, not really. I mean, it was a shock. It was a shock.
In 1990, Uncle Luke and Fresh Kid Ice were arrested during a performance.
We knew we was going to get arrested.
You knew you were going to get arrested, so why go ahead and go through with the performance? Why was that so important for you?
It was so important. It was so important for me because I knew that we were under attack. We were under attack because it was hip hop.
Say no censorship.
But as the campaign against Two Live Crew ramped up, so did the campaign to protect freedom of speech with the creation of Rock the Vote, which launched their first PSA with the Queen of Pop herself.
Dr. King, Malcolm X, freedom of speech is as good as sex.
Attorney Bruce Rogo fought on the group's behalf in multiple cases, helping overturn the obscenity ruling.
I said, it's not just language, it's music. This is a form of art, and so it's protected.
The defendant is not guilty.
I said, I think we can win. I said, but even if you lose, you'll win. And he said, what does that mean? I said, well, if the government says people can't have something, everyone is going to want to have it. And then you'll win. The record will be a big hit. And that's how we started.
Through the court cases, backlash from lawmakers, and protest against the group, Two Live Crew kept climbing the charts. But another battle was brewing over parody, the sampling of other artists' music, specifically Roy Orbison's hit song, Pretty Woman.
Pretty woman.
On the clean version of As Nasty As They Wanna Be, titled As Clean As They Wanna Be, they included a parody of the song. And this one would go all the way to the Supreme Court in 1994.
Pretty Woman, we didn't really think of it like we was really doing anything out the way or different than what we normally do. The publishing company and the record company that had the Roy Orbison music looked at it as a money grab. They didn't look at it like it was a form of art. They looked at it as a form of stealing somebody else's work.
They're supposed to be singing a clean version. What's happening?
After being denied permission to sample the copyrighted song, Uncle Luke and company decided to publish the song anyway as a parody, prompting a lawsuit from the label behind the original Pretty Woman.
Two Live Crew's song was a parody that made fair use of the original.
In a unanimous decision, the justices ruled in favor of Two Live Crew, setting the precedent for fair use and parody.
And so that was a great case. So he made law really on two fronts. He made law in terms of the First Amendment and obscenity, and he made law in terms of copyright law. Not too often that a rapper gets to make both federal constitutional law and federal copyright law.
I knew that if we don't take on this fight for hip hop, that people of today wouldn't be able to do it.
Now, there's one ongoing case that has put into question what constitutes freedom of speech and what could be used in a court of law.
Rapper Young Thug.
Rapper Young Thug.
Young Thug.
All eyes are on rapper Young Thug.
A judge will decide if his own rap lyrics can actually be used in a RICO case against him.
What are your opinions on his case and any similarities that you might see with what 2 Live Crew went through?
I don't ever think any prosecutor should use lyrics against the artist. Writing is an art form, you know, and you have to write from the standpoint of what's going on today in the streets.
Mr. Mix with a different opinion.
It's just foolish to me that a person would say that we murdered some guys. I think that they're learning now that if you do something like that, it's fair game because you're the one who put it out there. They didn't put it out there, you put it out there.
While legal battles remain with hip-hop music, artists continue to push the boundaries.
And seeing where it's at today, you know, I'm like a proud daddy of it all. You know, I love it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.